Okay, hello everybody, this is Junk in the Trunk 13 and I thought I would do an altered book cover. I haven't done one yet. I've done loads of different covers and different things. So yeah, it might be a bit too complicated maybe for you to take part, but it would be nice if you did. You don't have to make a journal, I just fancy altering a book cover, and this was in my trunk because I usually got them. I always try and pick books that are literally falling apart. There's one here, okay, that's literally, it's not too bad, this one, but it is broke, spine's broke. Okay, I try to look for books like that, car boots. Some of them come out like instantly, and I just take them out like that if they're broke. Ideal. And some people like to leave that page in, but I would use that for something else because I love those pages, and I'm left with that. Okay, and then yes, use that. So perhaps instead of doing a whole cover, which might put, it might be a bit difficult for some, I'm not saying everybody, because a lot of you are absolutely fantastic at any of this, is to make something out of a book page for the challenge. So I'll leave it like a pocket or a tag or something like that, so make it easy for you. But I really want to show my technique. I'm going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to turn this one into an art journal because I think I'm going to keep the Junk in the Trunk quite arty if I can. Still, of course, for junk journaling, I'll aim it at that, but I actually feel like, I like to get my hands dirty, as you know, and I think Junk in the Trunk, we can have a play, and I've got the back to basics going on now, and I'll still, post other videos and things like that. So I think, we're well covered. This one isn't all out yet, so if you get left with that behind, I cut this out because that's been taped in. I do like the hidden spine method on this, where I've got a video on my curved spine. It's exactly the same thing. So, I have time because I'm only going to make this into an art journal, so I don't need many pages. I'll just take that out because that's rotten. And it's quite a nice little size, this. So you need to prepare it a little bit, but I don't actually worry about any of that because I'll cover it all up. I do like to reinforce this a little bit. I do it slightly, in a couple of mil each side. And I literally this is an A4 piece of card. And I will just mark it and cut it. Nothing is measured like that, because this is a playbook, and I like that. And I haven't got a pencil. How about that? Never mind. So I'll just mark that. Cut that off. And I will tuck that and glue that in there just for a bit of extra support. So I'm going to use cloth on the spine when I sew in the signatures, so I'm not worrying about that, and I'm going to be covering this, so that will give it some extra support as well. But that just gives that bit just a bit, because it's sort of gone really, but that's enough. I want it to still feel quite flexible. For an art journal, I quite like that feel, so I'm just going to stick that in. I haven't done one of these for so long. So it'll be nice. And I'm using tissue paper, from the napkins, all the bits that we get left. Okay, I'm going to use that. So again, that's, what some people would throw away. I know we might not throw away book covers because I tend to use that anyway, but Nice to give them a bit of life. Like I say, I do tend to find books that literally, you know, on their last legs. They usually throw them in the bin and I just, the landfills or burn them, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. So, yeah. Just gives that a bit of support. Right, if it's a shiny cover, I would suggest you sand it down a bit. Oh, and somebody was asking what these were. They're just literally sort of big pieces of card. I get them from the scrap store, so I got loads of them. I do make tags out of those and things, and I'm doing backgrounds. So sometimes I can't because they're too bad. But again, you still gesso over it and do something with it. Right. Okay. So what am I using today? Right, okay, it was gesso, book cover, gesso, some napkins, glue, which you'll need decoupage glue, again, 2:1 watered down, which I've got to mix them up because I don't measure because I'm so used to how I like it to feel. All right, so, and then I'll sort of fill it up with water, and that's about right. Any PVA is all right. If it's very thin, don't put so much water with it. All right, you sort of get used to the consistency. So, but you got to make sure it's well mixed. And also this way, with watering it down, don't seems to go so shiny when you're working with this. And then I sand it down again after, so I need that in a minute. But I'm going to gesso first, actually. So I nearly forgot that now. It's terrible. I'll just leave that. That's nicely watered down. Might need a little bit more glue in there. I'm going to gesso that, and I'll sort that out while this is drying. I gesso everything. As you must probably know by now. Literally everything. I usually got it all over my face when I go upstairs. My husband said, "What have you been doing?" Now he knows. Gesso. And I thought we'd use acrylic paints, so you can get them cheap enough. We'll just sort of play around with some paint, I think, for the cover after I've finished. I won't do the faux leather one today, I'll just use paint today, because I'd rather do that on an envelope. There's no reason why you should do this before putting the tissue paper on, but I do. So just so that as well. No, I don't mind it smudging. I should lift it up now and again, or else it sticks. It's not really important, that bit, to be totally covered. Right, let's get that drying then. Right, while that's drying, I'll just sort out this glue. I need put some more in, just a little bit of water, because this is, I think this has been watered down as well. I remember now, my youngest had it, and I think because she keeps seeing me put water in things, she watered it down, and a little bit too thin. Oh, that's fine now. Yeah, I'll just mix it up nicely. What I might do, actually, there's hardly any left. I'm going to tip that in now, because that's all right. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a shake round. That's better. Okay. Right, it says water down on it. I forgot. I've got another big one like this, and I'm like, yeah, picked up the wrong one. Yeah, that's, look, it drips a bit, but not too much. Wasn't that successful showing you how to do that, was it? I just do it without thinking, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And I think because you just get used to it. All right, let's mop up a minute, and I'm going to get my book page. Book page, my book cover. Got book pages on the brain. Right, let's go and get that. Okay, get your single bits of tissue paper left over from your napkins and your watered down glue. And what I do first, I tend to, well, it's called sizing, isn't it? You just prepare it by just going over. Sometimes it does dry out a bit before you get to the other end, but, and I'm not putting it, I want it wrinkly. Okay, so it's always best that it's been wrinkled up. And I might put more than one layer on yet. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I actually want it to sort of, you know, do that sort of thing. Actually, I usually do the join at the back or on the, too much. Because I sand this down. I do that sort of thing. Get some texture going on. Oh, this is a really old technique. Let's have a bit on there. I say there's nothing new really like that. I don't look for things that are new. I just want to craft at the end of the day, you know, because I just love it. Rip a bit of that off. Like that. And you can fill in, patch up, anything, honestly. The end result can be quite good. A little bit flat there, so I will add some to that, but I'm going to just start going over it all again. Okay, making sure it's all on the edges. These are great for, you know, books that you want loads and loads of texture in. I love them for art books. So I've covered loads of things like this. I use quite a bit of glue too, because we want to protect it. Now I do use gesso over the top again, you know, just so that it takes the paint nicely. Right, okay. Let's get some scraggy bits. Scrunch it up. I'll put some more here. That's well enough. Right, I'm gonna see if I can speed up the drying process a little bit and then see what it looks like, because it's not a very nice day here today, so it won't dry outside, and I haven't got the heater on, so I shall give it a blast. Okay, I've nearly dried it all, not totally, because I'm just gonna put a little bit more down here. All right, it feels pretty enough all around there, but it feels a little bit bare just on that bit. And I also want a bit, actually I can use these bits off of here to get rid of that line there. So just, I'll use some of that. You might think, oh, that's so lumpy and all that. It's not in the end. That's where the sandpaper comes in handy. I'm just knocking out the straight lines there. That's why I'm sort of dabbing a bit. Just go over where you feel that it needs a bit more. This is where you really play. It's like being back at school, isn't it? You know, good days when you had art. This could take a while to dry. If anything, it's best left overnight. I don't worry about that because I was going to say it's all going to be covered again. Dry it off and then I'll see you in a minute. Just make sure it's not stuck down as well. Right, mine is still not quite dry, but I'm going to carry on anyway, but I would leave it overnight. That's what I normally do. I usually do about 3 or 4 of these. Use up, and I'll just trim off again. Watch what you're doing. I sand all that down as well. I'll just get the worst of it off, really. A lump there. Okay. Right, I'm going to gesso again over the top of that. Okay, So I'll try and get all my drying done. Yeah, that's all going to be sanded down. So, and this will be lovely and smooth when it's sanded. But I do fancy some more gesso on it first. A bit of extra protection as well. There we go. Right, it's all nice and dry. Right, so that's lovely texture now, and I'm going to, some people like it like that. I prefer it smoother. So I am going to sand it down. You can either use sandpaper or a nail file or emery board. Okay, so I'm going to sand it all down. Good bit of exercise. If you move your whole body while you're doing it, then you get your exercise. And then I always do the edges as well. If some comes off, do not worry about it. If loads come off, then just patch it up. But I think we're going to be alright because it's nice and dry, but it took a while. I had to put the heater on in the end. There we go. Let's give it a tap. Get any dust particles off. That feels nice. Okay, and then you choose your colours. Okay, and I'm going to use acrylic paint, so cheap and cheerful. You can use sprays, you can experiment with this, all right, but I am going to use acrylic paint, I think. Let's have a look. Let's go and get my colours. Right, here's the colours I've chosen. Yeah, I'm going for sort of purpley, violet. I've got amethyst there and violet. Okay, I might use those. It's acrylic paint. Then I've got for the blue, because I actually want this to be quite dark, but I've got fluorescent. I've got fluorescent blue there, and I've got the other one. I can never pronounce that. I'm really sorry. Cerulean blue hue. Okay, so I've got that one as well, and I've also got some Mars black. All right, because if I want to darken any of those down, then I've got that. But no, I've also got my white. All right, because I still want a bit of white space. Whether this will work, I don't know. It's just totally different colours to what I've gone that I'm used to. But I thought, no, I'm going to go for it, because this is when I, you know, like I say, I play. If it doesn't work, then I'll go over more with white and things like that. So we shall see. And the process is, you know, to watch me where you could learn. So, and I'm going to keep this in the background. I'm going to mix just a little bit of colour each one. I can put it in here actually. So just having a bit of each. I don't want much black, but let's put that over there. And I usually keep the blues together. Put a bit much there. That, and then I'll put the purples together. It's quite runny, these ones, but they're not bad though. A bit of that one. Right, I am going to most probably put something with it to keep it a little bit runny. Some thinner. Hold on, I'll find some. Yeah, I haven't got any, so I'll just use a bit of matte medium here. I have some transparent one somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I'll just put a bit of that in. Okay, and that's a bit matte medium. Don't have to do this part, it's just I prefer it. I start off with the lightest and just give that a mix. So I'll leave that until I'm ready. Okay. So all I'm doing here is that sort of thing. Those two colours are quite similar. So I'm mixing both purples together. And then I go through and just sort of blend those colours in together. Okay, right, now I'm going to add a little bit of the black in with this darker purple, and definitely in there as well. So I'm going to just add some in there just to darken that down. And the same in here. It's a big lump there. making sure it gets all in those little crevices. Yeah, I just felt that blue was a bit blue. Just gives us some different tones going on. Do I need any more purple? No. There we go. I'm going to leave it to dry. I'll get it dry anyway, and then I shall get back to you. Oh, miles out there, sorry. There we go. Right, it's all dry. Okay, it's still some little bits of white, where I'm not worried about that because I'm going to go over it with white now. Okay, and don't get a wet brush at all, it's a dry one. I've got a soft one here, so I'm going to try it with that. It might not work. It's been a long time since I've done this actually, but we want to dry brush it with some, I got titanium white there, and we want to sort of load the brush up, okay, and then take it off really, and then I want to just go over it like that. That should pick up all on those. A bit hard there, that's all right, because you can go over it again, but I just want to pick up some of the ridges. Goes wrong, you just go back over it with your colour, which it has gone a bit wrong there, so that's all right, and just leave it for now and just load it up again, just gently. Most probably go over it with gold or something like that as well, which would look quite nice. I don't know if you can see that, sorry. Just want it to pick up on those ridges. I do try, the thing is with me, when I do something like this, I actually do it too quick. You know, I mean, I'm never in a hurry because I don't like being rushed when I do my artwork at all. You know, this is my time and I like to relax doing it because it's good for your heart rate to low that to, you know, to lower. And that's the whole point of art. Who wants to be rushed? Not me. But I am a little bit, I do things very quickly, sometimes too quick. That's all right. I will get out of it, which will be good that it does this, and then I can show you how to get out of it, or hopefully. Yeah. It might not. Right, okay, right, and what you do now is you get your dry brush again and you put it in a bit of the, what we've got there, purple mixture. Hopefully you can see that. I'm running out of space. Let's put that up there. Okay. And then I'm going to go back over that. some blue there. You saw that, didn't you? Knew that was going to happen. So I get my nice backgrounds. Halloween. Reminds me of Halloween. And then wait for that to dry and go slightly over it. Definitely, oh my gosh, it's Halloween. Right, just going to dry that off, and then I'm going to go bit over the bits again. Okay, I know I got a bit of blue on there. I'm not worried about that. So, right, let's get all that off there. And again, brush gently. Go away, sunshine. I can't see. I'm trying to avoid the sun. There. Let's have a look. Okay. Just a little bit there that needs sorting out, and just there, I think. So I'm going to turn around and purple. I'm not worrying about drying it at the moment. I'm just sort of, because I want to bleed it out. Would help if I could see a bit better, but I'm just putting a bit up there as well. All right, let's blend that out. There we go. See that? Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm liking that. So we need to varnish that now and give it a bit of a sheen. And find something to go on the front, because I actually really like that, and it's, you know, it's going to be an art book, so it's got different colours going on and everything. Yep, like it. Hopefully it's dry there. Right, varnish, you can use Mod Podge. I'm not worrying about drying it, which this is water down glue, so I am going to use acrylic varnish. Mod Podge is fine. Alright, it's just that I don't know where my big pot of Mod Podge is, so I'm just going to use that instead. Doesn't need much protecting because as you know, acrylic has got glue in it anyway. I just think it brings it to life, this, or Mod Podge does. There's nothing wrong with Mod Podge or PVA, or some people use wood varnish as well. Nothing wrong with any of that. Use what you got. Yeah, this is okay. Acrylic wax. All right. All right, give it a dry. There we go, it's all dry. And I thought now I'd go over with, could do gold, still look okay, but I think I'm going to do silver because I absolutely never use this. You've got your Inca gold as well, or your Inca silver, haven't you? That's not even been opened, this one. I've had that one about 7 years. So yeah, silver is not a colour I tend to use. So I thought I usually do it with my finger. I'm going to try my finger first. Right, and I put some on my finger and then I rub it off and then I go over it. A bit like we've done the white paint. This one, a bit of shimmer. It should pick up on those. You know, it's not too raised because I sanded it down because that's what I wanted, because I don't like it if it's not smooth. I feel a book of spells. It's giving me definitely a Halloween feel. I don't know why. Nowhere near Halloween, we're summer. We are summer. Yeah. And I got to think of some outfit. Well, I'm going to put art on the front here of mine because this is going to be just a little art journal. So I've got to think. I don't think I've got any alphabet letters. I used to have loads of them. Never used them. I might have some of my scrapbooking stuff. 3-dimensional. Well, I know I've got a die cut that I can cut some out, but I sort of tending to want to use, you know, stuff that we don't use. It's just stuck in a drawer or in your trunk. Right, just got a bit of a lump there. Okay, because we've sealed it, you see, I can get it off. Now I'm going to go around the edges. Right, quite happy with that. Hopefully you can see it. All right, there we go. Oh, I was gonna use up my paints and just paint the inside. Let's go Halloween all out now. So I just use up what I've got here. I might water it down a little bit. And I'm just going to paint over. There's no point in wasting it, so it gives a base colour. There we go. So just got to find some pages to go in it now. Now I'm going to use, you know, watercolour paper in this. So I'm going to use it for anything to do with Halloween, I think, by the look of it. But, yep, that's all done. Alright, and I'll sort some papers out. I might stitch them in, actually. Not sure. Yeah, I quite fancy stitching it in. So I think it'll look nice with some black thread. Yeah. And go from there. Okay, well I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I'll leave that to dry off nicely and I'll have another look at it tomorrow and get some papers in it. Okay, I'll see you soon.